Hey all, I am doing my next live results chat. This time I am doing it with Blue Run Bourbon. I'm going to invite them right now. And hope. Waiting for Blue Run Bourbon to join us to talk about their results. They are a brand new company. They just started in October of 2020, which is a tough time to start a company, but I guess people have done pretty well during the COVID because there's been a major spike in alcohol consumption during that time. And, so I am waiting for Blue Run Spirits to join us so that we can go over their results. We had a ton of whiskey entries this year. It's our longest, biggest category. It takes a couple weeks. I'm unable to join. It takes a couple weeks to just taste the whiskey category, which is waiting for Blue Run Spirits. This is not working out so well for me this morning. Blue Run, are you there? I actually spoke with Mike Montgomery, who's the CEO of Blue Run Spirits, last night via phone, and we found out that we live right down the street from each other, which is pretty cool. They are a brand new company. They have one of the designers for the Nike shoes is the designer of the bottle, which is very, very cool. And it's a beautiful bottle. I can actually get it pretty soon if Blue Run Spirits will just join us. Anyways, some of the other categories that were really big this year were gin. We had 408 gin entries this year. We had 157 unable to join. 157 non-alcoholic entries. We also had a bunch of I see you, Blue Run Spirits. Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi. I have just not had luck with this Instagram Live today.
Well, let's turn it around, huh?
Literally and figuratively.
That's right. How are you?
So I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So I was just telling our audience that you and I were talking last night, and we figured out that we live essentially down the street from each other, which is pretty cool.
Crazy.
Can you tell me a little bit about, I know you said that Blue Run started in October of 2020. Can you tell me a little bit about the journey to get there and what has happened since and your release schedule, and then we can talk about results.
Great. So let's see here. A handful of years ago, I got a call from my buddy Jesse, who's from Georgetown, Kentucky, and he said, "Hey, somebody wants to sell me some barrels of bourbon. What should we do?" And
Were you
you
in
know,
the spirits industry prior?
no, no, but Jesse and I are the type of people who call each other up and say, "I've got a crazy idea." And, we know that reception will be, we'll get a good reception from the other. So, um, we're both bourbon fans. We love the industry. But, I live in LA, and the idea of somebody selling a couple barrels of bourbon kind of sounds like, the 90s where, some of people were selling speakers out of their vans on the 405. It didn't seem real, but we kept, looking into it and trying to figure out if there was something there. And, we figured out if we could build the right team and put together, kind of a different approach, a different business model, that maybe we have something. So, no offense to other brands, but we see the typical wine bottle looking offering with a tan label and brown writing. It's called, very old blue, and their whole story is on a postage stamp, and you've got to get a magnifying glass to read it. We wanted to re-envision how this could look and feel. So, we started building this team, and we've got a kind of a very unique and diverse team that, kind of runs the gamut in terms of skills and background and experience. And, um, we were lucky enough to have the opportunity to talk to Jim Rutledge, which, um, you know, it's kind of like when Michael Jordan walks into the room for basketball fans. It's pretty awesome.
Hmm.
Nicest guy in the world, and I think that he enjoyed the vision that we were talking about, and he agreed to help us. And it's really it's come together quickly. Let's put it that way. We're essentially 2+ years in, and into the planning process. But like you said, when we launched, in the middle of the pandemic, um, we launched on October 22nd of 2020, and that was a calculated risk. Um, you know, um, and so far so good. I think it's paid off. We've run through a lot of product really quickly, and so we've got Devin McKinney, who's our designer. He's at Nike. He leads the design team for all their lifestyle goods. So think sneakers that aren't worn by NBA players or whatnot.
Hmm.
Air Force Ones.
And what
Uh,
made you choose to go with a designer like that?
so I was driving up Fairfax on a rainy winter day. It was a Thursday, and when Jesse and I were just trying to figure out, if this was real or not, and I drove by the Supreme store. It was one of those 50-degree days with a little bit of rain, and everybody pulls out their hunter boots and you know uh, uh, dresses like it's a blizzard's coming. Um, but there were probably 500 people outside waiting in line to get into Supreme, this tiny little store, right? And it's because they have these product drops, and they've got cool merchandise that people want to get their hands on. And so that was kind of the epiphany that I had, that we needed to try to borrow from kind of sneaker culture
Hmm.
and try to apply that in a way that hasn't been applied to this industry before.
That makes sense. And it's worked out really well for you.
So
So
far, so good.
tell me about the release schedule that you've had so far, and what your release plan is for the future. And if any fans that are on the live chat right now, where they could possibly buy Blue Run.
Okay, so in October, we released our fall batch of 2,600 bottles of 13 years small batch bourbon. And we followed that up at the end of December with the winter batch of that 13-year small batch, another 2,600 bottles. Those both sold out, within a matter of a week on each. We've been sold out since. Um, and we have in a couple weeks, I'm not going to give an exact date. I've been burned on that before by being too aggressive. But we're bottling right now. We're bottling a 13.5-year single barrel at cask strength. Um, that's going to be extremely limited in quantity. Um, but for the
But I
folks,
have one.
uh,
I'm not going to tell anyone where I live because they're going to try
can we
to
see it?
get it.
Can you show us?
I can, but I would have to run out of the room real quickly.
Oh, okay, got it. So,
But I can
um,
do that. I will go get it. Why don't you talk a little bit more about your release schedule, and I will go grab it.
Great. So that offering is going to be available online at sealbox.com. It'll also be available in retail in Kentucky, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, DC, Delaware, Maryland, in California at KNL Wines, and in Canada. And there's Amanda.
Here it is, the beautiful bottle. Designed gorgeous. I love the gold writing on it. I love the butterfly. And I saw on your Instagram you show how you make the butterflies, which is really cool. So yes, this is your 13.5-year bourbon whiskey. It is gorgeous, and it was very, very well appreciated during the competition. So that will lead me right into our awards. I wanted to let you know that your Blue Run Rye whiskey, 47.5, got a gold medal, which is an amazing achievement. And your Blue Run 11-year and older Kentucky bourbon, 14-year-old Kentucky bourbon, 56.5%, got a double gold medal and won best in class for small batch bourbon,
All
11 years
right.
and older. Best in class. That's a pretty big deal.
That's first place?
That is first place.
All right.
And then your blue, it also, your Blue Run 13, this hot little ticket won best single barrel bourbon, 11 years and a double gold medal. So guys, this is going to be a hot ticket. The release is going to be very, very anticipated because it won against a lot of tried and true brands. So watch out for the release of this best single barrel bourbon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for entering. And we look forward to seeing how your company grows.
Us too. It's gonna be a rocket ship. So
Yes, indeed.
hope everybody's along for the ride, and thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.
All right.
See you soon.
Bye.